novel, I dare say, seems quite familiar, yet noticeably one-off, don't you think?
Hold that thought, Your Highness.
There's a reason. There's always a reason.
Is it me, do you think?
You what?
That's one-off.
Hold that thought, Majesty.
That what? Oh, Hatter, now.
What he?
Yes, Majesty.
Oh, I wonder.
Oh, we're not in Wonderland. Does it do any good to wonder here? I wonder. Oh, caught myself wondering. Well, it's not doing any good, I can tell you that. Where are we exactly? It seems familiar, but definitely one-off, I should say. Oh, shouldn't I say that?
Tell him.
We're in the looking glass.
In the looking glass. Well, for goodness sake, if that doesn't beat all. We must have had a good reason to leave Wonderland, don't you think?
Surely you
He
recall.
knows.
Of course he does.
It must have slipped out of my mind.
Do you think?
Of course I think.
Good! Hold that thought!
Rascal!
We'll have our hands full, gentlemen. She's somewhat a fanatic. Dangerous.
Majesty.
Defeatist, I think. Wreck the whole trial.
Oh!
The lemon tarts, the trial.
Wait, who could forget?
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, who stole the lemon tart?
Stolen tarts, not again.
Not here before. A terrible mess she made.
Lemon tarts, not here before.
It will all become clearer here. I mean, that's the point, isn't it?
Here, not there. Is that the point?
Hold that thought.
I'll be glad to straighten her out once and for all.
Well, Majesty, we're not in Wonderland anymore. I suspect things happen differently here.
So?
So?
Isn't it something? Here's my favorite pastry.
Of course, Hatter knows what you like. It's his party.
Well, yes, you're right. It is Hatter's party. Seems like it is, but one-off nonetheless.
We're in the looking glass. Am I the only one who can retain facts around here?
The looking glass. That explains it.
Attaboy!
What?
What?
What explains what?
What can't possibly explain what? What is what?
Hold that thought.
Oh, so get his crown out with
I suspect we're not in Wonderland, Majesty. This is the looking glass, you know. It's strange here, Mom, and I don't know what...
Mom! Did you call me Mom?
No. It would have been dumb for me to call you Mom. Oh, did it again, then! It's the looking glass. I swear to you, not a million years.
A sentence makes sense in your life.
Looking glass, is it? By gum, I knew it.
Oh, please, let's not do that again.
Are you being insubordinate? Are you insurgent?
Oh, good Lord, no!
I thought you might be testing your insurgency.
Couldn't possibly, don't even know what it is. I'd rather be in Wonderland. This place is a bit edgy.
Yeah, well, we can't be in Wonderland just now, can we? We've business here in the looking glass, haven't we?
That's it. That's why we left Wonderland, because we've got business here. I knew it.
It's a gift.
Oh, I know it is, Majesty!
To perform this task which is upon us would be most difficult in Wonderland. I think too difficult in Wonderland. Things have a sweet and gentle relativity in Wonderland. Here we must see things as they truly are. Isn't that right?
Hold that thought!
Quite right, little synapse. Quite right. Here, everything is taken at face value. Here, there is no relative position. 'Tis what it is. We can cut to the chase here.
Good golly, I must say.
Get down to brass tacks.
So saith the queen, my girl.
See things as they truly are.
No distort.
No intrusion.
No delusions. Oh,
Wait for you, Mr. Roy.
releases
My mind.
How's that?
What am I to say? What am I to do? What's my
Oh,
power?
please, you are the king, of course. Be the king.
Quite.
Perhaps if we act natural, like the party's just going on, and she happens to arrive in the middle of it, we'll be as surprised as she is.
Oh, I dare say she'll be a few more degrees surprised.
Oh, a bit of good fun, eh?
Yes.
natural.
Yes, of course, natural.
Natural it is,
Yes,
then,
of course.
eh?
Natural.
When do you think she'll notice us?
Right away, I should think. Don't get you with excitement. She won't know it's hit her.
Natural.
Of course, natural.
Hatter, teas are so much fun.
Oh, if this is a tea party, shouldn't we be eating?
Naturally.
I'll have one of those, I think. Good fun.
Yes, Majesty, coming right up.
Yum, yum. That's a good party sound, isn't it?
Majesty.
She won't know what hit her.
Majesty must remember the overall objective.
You're either with us or against us. There's no in between.
Hatter, I think you should serve me a cake.
Yes, that's right where we are in the in-between.
You better boy.
Oh,
Oh my.
Oh, she's up to something. There's two we weren't expecting. Oh, dear! She's noticing us. Oh, dear!
she'll have to turn round.
This is not good!
How rude.
Not what I expected.
No manners at all.
Hello? I say, hello there!
Oh, off with her head. Did you say no to me?
What are you doing here?
Cheeky.
Off with their heads.
Whose heads? There's just myself. Just me and the looking glass nowhere near the rabbit hole in my parlor, for mercy's sake.
I wasn't him there speaking.
I can't make out the other words.
More guests, a veritable passel!
Ooh, a gaggle. Who have we here?
Well, I actually hear that.
Oh, we know all about you, dear.
3 Alices, how queer.
One Alice.
They think they're all one, but one of them thinks she knows us.
Of course. She's the one who we've been waiting for. You remember? The human named Alice. She wreaked havoc in Wonderland.
Left the trial in tatters.
By jingo, the lemon tarts! We've got work to do. But who are the other 2?
Everything comes clear in the looking glass.
I think we should separate them. They seem all tangled up in each other.
Brilliant, hold that thought!
Yes, separate them. Off with their heads.
Stop that!
Disrupting the order already.
What did I do? What order?
Helen down.
Dear heart, we can give them each a separate name.
Hold on to that thought, Your Majesty!
Is the Hatter in on this?
With each name will come a separate voice, because that's how it works best.
Oh my!
Don't be fooled. He's as shrewd as silver.
Imagine that! A sterling idea, Hatter, if I do say so myself.
Very good, Hatter. But I will choose the names. You've cheated me out of beheading.
Oh, fair, quite fair.
Very fair.
Fair?
indeed.
Can I ask if it were fair?
No.
I want it simple. I cannot tolerate stress in the afternoon. There's still 3 of you. I cannot bear whining in the afternoon.
3?
Oh, we must get you civilized. You, I shall call Prima. Perhaps that will help you behave. And you, Secunda. And me, I mean Tasha, of course.
Brilliant, Your Majesty.
I thought so.
I meant Her Majesty.
Oh,
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, hush.
Really, I must have
Insist. You must insist. On what grounds do you insist?
On the ground that this is most rude. Treating me like a pet. You name and then boss around.
oh, gee.
You dare judge my imperial course?
Pardon, to hear what she's speaking.
Can no one make sense here?
Silence!
Dear heart, it comes to my attention that they are not yet fully aware of each other.
You think
Where am I, please?
Where were you last, you remember?
In the parlor at the looking glass. Who said that?
It's just an ice. He
It sounds as though I'm saying 2 things at once. How can that be? Make it stop!
playing a trick on me.
Oh, this can't be good.
Oh, I should have beheaded them.
Does she mean them? Does she mean you as well?
Certainly not.
Please don't talk about beheadings. It isn't Who said that?
Whoever you are, I think you lost control of the situation.
I'm not having much fun.
Majesty, we must do something.
Good golly, it's worse than I could have thought. Hold on, the hats.
What else? Oh, of course! Oh, hold that thought, Your Highness!
Surely I will.
This is more serious than I realized.
You didn't know the half of it.
It's whispering in my head.
Your Majesty, I have a thought.
As if it matters.
To sort out this confusion,
You have a thought to
I
that.
need
Go on.
a separate hat for each.
You see?
It will give them each a separate voice, a separate identity, if you will.
Yes, of course, yes. Do it then.
It's a thought.
Do it. Do it now.
Does she mean for me to do it now or do it then?
Do it now, of course. Then would be too late.
Yes,
brilliant.
you belong in Wonderland.
Yes. Your attention, please. I have gifts for you.
Party favors.
So therefore, a good hat makes a good, clear statement. Tells the world something about you, or who you would like to be, or actually who you are becoming. Yes, becoming is more accurate, I think. Who you'd like to think you are becoming. Yes, that's it!
Was this or was this not meant to clarify?
Yes, Majesty. Here we go. Now. Now. This. Come with me. Now, don't let it slip. Whatever you do, don't take it off.
Mercy sake!
Honey.
And for you. With me. Yes, my dear. That's beautiful.
My Lord!
Don't let it slip.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
Will they see me?
Yes.
Will they hear me?
Yes.
Very well, then I'm ready.
Gracious me! Ew! What is the point of this?
Must I endure this?
Keep your hat on.
Must I?
Well, in matters of the law, we have to ask the Queen.
You do it. I'm frightened.
She might want my head.
So I might be frightened.
Oh, and selfish too. And put me to risk when I've just given you one of my favorite hats.
This was your idea.
Hatter?
Your Holiness.
No.
Your Righteousness.
Wrong.
Your Majesty.
Finally.
Oh, you spoke. Yes, you spoke.
I felt left out.
The magnificent icon must be included.
Oh, this is complicated.
Immaterial, what have we got?
Well, it's quite marvelous, actually. They recognize each other.
I don't recognize that!
Are you not now aware of each other? Ask them questions now, dear.
Now we're getting somewhere.
How can we be getting somewhere when we're right where we have been from the beginning?
Which is right here at my party.
Do you know I can speak plainly?
Of course not. Why would we speak plainly?
How dull that would be.
Makes me cry to think about it.
Foolish jibber jabber.
He can't help it, he's mad.
It would help me to know where we are.
Where you are is here.
Mad, but brilliant.
If here is where we are, then what is here?
My tea party. I am entertaining their very Royal Highnesses, the Queen and King of Hearts. I am the Hatter, as you may well have guessed.
Oh, well, I don't wish to intrude on your party. If you'll excuse me, I'll be going then. You know where you're going. Excuse me?
I didn't think it would be safe.
How do you know?
I'm not sure how, but I'm quite sure that I do.
Immaterial. No one has permission to leave.
I don't think we could leave anyway.
Silence.
Silence.
Hush. Sit down. Everyone. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's polite to leave before you've been properly introduced?
Why, no, Your Majesty, of course not.
Then you see, have some tea. It will civilize you.
And some crumpets. They settle the nerves.
Me too. My nerves are all nervy.
My nerves are all nervy. Twisted, tissued, twangled, jangled. Yes, that's it. Jangled.
Are you well?
Well enough. How's your crumpet? I pride myself on my hat, you know.
You made them.
Yes.
These very ones?
Indeed.
Well,
Well, very well.
And the crumpets too.
Oh, but of course.
There's a name swirling around in the breathing of my mind. What is it? Aloysius? No. Alistair? No. Alison? Alice? Alice? Is it Alice? Does that name mean anything to anyone?
what is my name?
Minus.
Oh, really? I'm saying, oh, yes, no, I don't know my own name.
I think yours is a very good idea.
Oh, are you finding fault with my solution?
What solution? I don't think you've solved anything.
Oh, that makes me mad. Oh, and you know what you make me when you make me mad? You make me a mad hatter!
What's the matter with you?
Oh, what's the matter with the hatter? Oh, it's too long. Oh, it's too sad. I couldn't. You
I
never!
have asked a question.
The Queen has asked a question.
And a very weighty question it is, too.
Well,
Could you repeat the question?
can't see when you ask a question, it saves time.
Yes, ma'am.
What's all this hoo-ha about Alice? Alice, Alice, Alice. Ever since you got here, Alice. I'm Alice. You're me. Now, we've given you perfectly good names. Why not use them?
Your Majesty, if I may.
Eh?
My name is Alice, and I believe I've come through my looking glass. It was an event, I believe.
In a what?
By mistake, unintentionally.
The looking glass. Come through the looking glass, you silly ass. If we'd gone through the looking glass, we'd be in the room next door, where everything is the same, only backwards.
That's a good one.
Into the glass, not through the wall. This is a place where all sees all.
What does she mean?
Have you never wished to see the world between glass and mercury?
But you're from Wonderland, out of
What you
Rochefort.
say is impossible. The space between... There is no space. Mercury is applied directly to the glass to make a mirror.
And that simple one is where all is reflected clearly, exactly where the glass and the mercury meet. In the space that's measured not, we may perhaps untie the knot. True reflections with a few inconsequential reverses. And when that knot is then undone, we shall see how three make one.
But it makes no sense. One can't be where there is no space.
You naughty girl. No manners! No manners at all!
I might advise you to consider carefully when contradicting the Queen.
I'm not contradicting her. I'm questioning her information. And I've done no naughty thing.
You then are not naughty.
No, ma'am.
Well then, you have something you can give me?
Well, not really, no. Well, I didn't know I was coming.
So you have naught to give me.
That's right, I have nothing.
There you see, you have naught. Therefore you are naughty.
Oh! There's no winning with you! Your logic is illogical. You just like to be right.
Perhaps your brain is turned backward. Suppose I cut off your head and put it back on the other.
You can't do that.
I can do whatever I like. I'm queen. Queen, queen, queen. Do you hear?
Keep us turned up, we'll get nowhere fast.
I'd like to see that. Getting nowhere fast.
I knew it wouldn't work. You can't take someone's and repulsive.
Oh my.
Getting away with this.
Oh, and I suppose you know the right way.
Did she say repulsive?
I think you should take your hats back. They only seem to get us into trouble.
No, dear, it's not the hats.
You find me repulsive?
No. The thought, only the thought. But why must you...
I'm reflecting.
I don't think it's polite to argue in front of strangers.
Stranger?
Argue. And not in public, not... Oh dear.
Look what you've done.
Ah,
Strange? Repulsive?
you shouldn't have used such a word. You must mind your manners.
Manners? Ha!
Manners? Ha! No one here has any manners.
Well, then now we're in for it.
Your Majesty,
Was this your intention?
intention. Was this my intentions?
That's your idea?
Oh, hats, but no, not really.
The hat, of course! Ah! Why aren't they disappearing?
How's that?
Why aren't they disappearing? They appeared when you put the hats on. Why aren't they disappearing now?
That, my dear, is the mystery of awareness. I suggest you give them back their hats.
But what does it matter? They're your hats anyway.
You hoped that they would disappear?
Rather.
You are going to take over now, I suppose.
Of course not. How could I?
Best to return the hats then.
Oof! You all just act like you know what you're talking about. But you really never say anything of substance.
God, is there no stopping you?
Conference!
Must you two fight said?
Oh please, don't you be difficult too.
I'm not being difficult. I'm wary.
Well, finally, something in common.
You know something of these people? This place?
Yes, I've met them before, and I've been here before. But I've never been with these exact people in this exact place.
So I've reason to worry.
I just don't know, I don't know.
I mean, it would help me to know. Because I tend to worry. And sometimes I'm not sure I'm worrying about anything real.
The Queen would like to know, girls, where you think you're going. What is it you are in search of?
It better be good. You tried my patience are not in a charitable mood.
She'll be shouting off with their heads again. We saved you once, not sure we can do it again.
I was going nowhere.
Not at all surprised.
I mean, I had no destination.
You will have to do better than that.
Gracious sakes, you're making me fret.
It's a riddle, like a puzzle. Let's see. I was in front of the looking glass in our parlour.
A riddle?
A question whose answer is both obvious but not obvious.
Truth be told, I too was in front of the looking glass.
I seek to return to the palaces of light. The wisdom of the ages teaches that they can be found in the seventh realm.
What's that?
I'm solving the riddle. You said it was a riddle.
Yes, but what on earth are you saying?
You little snit. You're just making it up.
You're not getting us anywhere. It's like a game, right?
Game?
Where to find what lies beneath the obvious. That's what a riddle is. You said so yourself.
Oh, I just suspected it was like a riddle. I didn't say it was actually a riddle. No, I don't know.
In the seventh realm, it is possible to free oneself.
Oh, stop it. Just stop it
Is
now.
your story better than hers?
She just might save our necks, you silly
No
arse.
word it's true.
How do you know? You don't even know her.
I'm trying
Girls
to. I
are
just
not
can't
in
look
the
where
end of
I'm
their
from.
own cause.
Let the girls speak.
I'm not certain of all the facts because much of this sacred wisdom is wrapped in clever riddles, grand puzzles that must be solved by only the most dedicated seekers. Great and absolute dedication is required, essential actually. Great creativity of the mind.
She's mad.
Fascinating.
Please say no more.
The facts, please, as you know them.
You do know something of
It's
this.
coming to me head on.
What's that? I can't hear
To
you.
heavens.
Stop her.
How? I can't.
Are you three in a conspiracy? I want a good story. I shall have a good story or off with your
I
head.
haven't actually gone to the seventh realm, but I have sort of dreamed myself there. And in the dreams, it all seems so real. So I'm deducing that the enlightenment one achieves there is. Quite reliable it is.
Here in the looking glass, everything is taken at face value.
Majesty?
So let's face it.
Ma'am?
The facts. Just the facts.
This is such a terrible bad
If
dream.
it were a dream, we could wake up.
If it were a dream, we wouldn't all be having it, would we?
Young lady, you are under direct admonishment of a royal command.
Dear me.
Do go on. A good story improves cake. There you go.
It's curious, really, because I can't kind of exactly how I came through the night. Really, how it's noise came to me. It's quite dreamy, but very real to me. You're right in what? Sorry.
I want to go home!
Don't get frantic.
Oh, but I am quite frantic and soon to go beyond quite.
Help us, you know.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything. These creatures are horrible. And then you hog up all your food all over the table like some beast from the primal wood. And somehow, for some impossible reason, I feel shame for that. For you, for myself. None of this makes any sense. But I can tell you one thing. It's all making me quite shrill. I want to go home.
Ah, good. They're beginning to interact.
Like brats, if you ask me.
This is the looking glass, you know.
We've got them talking by jingo. Now what?
Conference.
Bad form, Alice. Bad form. Radically bad form. What an ass I am.
I expect you to get us out of here. Get us home.
It's not an option, I'm afraid.
Not a bad dot, Tim.
What on earth do you mean?
How's that?
I tried when we first arrived.
What?
To go back to the
There's
opening.
an opening.
No.
In what? An opening in what? Where exactly are
The
we?
looking glass, you ninny.
Now who's making things up?
No, really. It's just none of it makes any sense.
I'll say.
We already know it makes no sense.
We're in the looking glass world, but it's terribly confusing. Them being here. They don't belong here. The Red Queen, the White Queen, Humpty Dumpty, they belong here. Not the Queen of Hearts, not the Hatter. I wonder if his watch is still stuck at 6 foot long.
You're ranting. An obvious imitation.
Well, if you're Alice, why don't you remember any of this? And you? How come I'm the only one of us who remembers?
It's a curious thing. Must be there is some point at which we each depart from one another.
Stop this now. I feel like some three-headed monster. My nerves cannot withstand such a thought.
We're going to have to learn to cope, things being such as they are.
Who made you the authority over me?
I don't want to be the authority over you. I can't explain why you have no knowledge of this. I don't think it's my fault. All I'm saying is that it's as curious to me as it is to you.
Couldn't you go back to the opening? What about the
There
opening?
is no opening. I tried to go back, but then I realized who they are. Nothing but solid wall, or solid, no doorway, no opening.
Did you leave through an opening the last time?
I should have never used that word. Get it out of your head. Can't remember exactly how I got home the last time. It's all a bit fuzzy.
But you've been here before. You know these people, this place. If you've come and gone, there must be a way home.
I'm telling you, I tried to return from where it seemed I'd just come. It was an impulse. It wasn't based on memory. Now that's the end of it. Leave me alone.
Are you content to be trapped here with these creatures?
I cannot comprehend that this can be.
I hold you responsible.
Me? Responsible? You can't mean it.
Oh, but I do. I'm not sure why, but I do.
Please, for the sake of all that matters in the world, could you just not argue right now? We've got bigger problems to solve.
She's holding something back. She's been here before. She knows more than we do. I don't trust her.
Have neither of you any memory of this place or these people?
No.
Would I be relying on you if I did?
Don't get snitty. I'm just trying to figure out what we know that is reliable, which, I'm afraid, is precious little.
Just get us out of here.
I can't. How do you think I can? Oh, I'm just as confused as you are.
You're just not thinking. Think, you lummox!
Yelling habits.
Oh, I so sincerely wish you'd keep your thoughts to the point.
And just what exactly is the point?
We're lost. We're doomed. And neither one of you has the brains or wits to save us. Very well, I'll do what must be done. Tell us how to get out of here or I'll rip your ears off. Come on, enough's enough, out of it.
I can't tell you some dead carrot.
All right, you have 3 seconds. Then I will kill you. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I'm ready to kill.
I can't give it to you. Can't give it to you. You must get it. Get it yourself.
God, what's the matter with you?
That's not really the subject, is it? But I will tell you this. For me, it's just a matter of enduring.
But this is your world. You control what happens.
My world. Control. No one has a world of their own. No one has control.
Dear Hatter.
That's all you can say? Dear Hatter?
Oh, mustn't blame His Majesty. It is what it is. Forsaken is what I can't. No one can. No one can. They don't. And I just can't. People just can't help and not see what they can't see. And I can't do anything to change that.
Why does he suffer so?
He's a hatter. They're a bit of an odd lot. Everyone knows that. Do you think your questions help? Of course they don't help, you simpleton.
And he equally does.
Pardon.
Oh, dear heavens.
I know, simpleton. I have a very good brain.
The brain is an organ of minor importance. He himself said that. I would so love to make a demonstration. Your mother didn't raise you to speak that way.
No, she certainly did. I hate to meet your mother, who taught you to be so mean and chuckle heads.
The world would spawn you as steadily run amok.
That's no answer.
Oh, stop me! Someone stop me! Off with thy impudent, insolent, brazen little head!
Do you have a death wish?
Doesn't everyone know?
You are incorrigible.
Not exactly a blessing for them.
Mustn't ever take it personally, dear heart. This is the looking glass world. These things occur here.
Personally, her cheek knows no limits.
She just might have some royal blood in her, don't you think?
Tell them not.
Royal, ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
There!
I all's well then.
No, not in the least. This man is a wreck. You are the king and queen.
Queen and king.
You are responsible for the welfare of your subjects. He seems terribly ill, and you, neither of you, bat an eye to sufferings.
I didn't take you for a goody two-shoes.
A what?
You heard me. Besides, you choke him, then blame us for his condition. Makes sense, your ignorance is showing.
I didn't choke him.
Didn't you?
I did. Though I can hardly believe I did such a thing. Not like me.
We apologize profoundly for any harm that may have caused.
We have lost that you gained, a legacy of ashes. We apologize profoundly. You can't just attack someone and then say, oh, sorry, chap.
I said agree. Are you better now?
Better than what?
Than you were.
Oh, conjugating now, are we?
Do you need something?
Yes!
Can I help?
I don't know if you can.
I feel I should try.
Try, and I'll beat you to a pulp. Succeed, and I'll cover you in motherly kisses.
I don't think it's wise to meddle in their affairs.
Why are we here then, if not to respond? How can you be present and think you're not part of it?
I've given you a riddle. Solve it, and you will have done something actual.
She seems terribly self-involved.
You mustn't glower so, it dulls your brightness.
Then do not.
Oh, I suspect you'd like me to tell you something specific, I suppose.
A direct answer to wouldn't hurt.
Very well. You are correct. The Queen, Her Majesty, is deeply involved in self.
I don't feel your answer means the same as what I'm asking.
Oh, mustn't get ahead of oneself. This is the looking glass, you know.
I'm becoming vexed. There's a story left hanging. Hanging, there's a thought. We can hang them.
You better be a good chopper.
Could we?
Take advice from you.
The crime?
Did the Queen say hanging?
Chronicles interrupt
Well,
us.
then once she said it.
By gum, that's exciting!
Oh, now in a fix of buying the veritable quandary.
A hanging for the crime of chronicless interrupter sounds fascinating. I don't think I've ever.
Trying to warn you.
Oh, this is a tight situation. Oh, a predicament all too severe. This calls for, ingenuity and daring. And daring is not my strong suit. No, it is Her Majesty's strong suit. Oh, let's face it, she trumps me there. What's that? Let's face it. Yes, that's it. Oh, your royal Majesty's beloved Queen.
We are, as you say.
You subject and servant always, Majesty.
Yes.
I feel compelled to reiterate the words which you in your overriding wisdom did utter just moments ago.
Yes.
Let's face it, just the facts, you said.
I said that.
Yes, regarding the looking glass.
No getting around it, is there?
Not a bit. Face what's in front.
So we, being duty-bound by your edicts, must now face what lies before us.
Of course.
Of course.
Our guests.
Oh, my heavens, yes. Our guests with a word.
They're finally beginning to interact with each other.
Fascinating.
Please, you said something of freedom a moment ago.
As far as I'm concerned, freedom is merely the opportunity to get lost. Hopelessly.
Well, you're not lost, dearie. You're just not seeing what's in front of you.
The only thing I'm not seeing is a way out.
Well, it's good to take note of how you treat yourself.
This is hardly a moment for self-indulgence.
He means in your life, this is the place where all sees all.
This is a reflection of all that? Of my life?
Gives you chills.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course you're serious. I can see that you're serious.
You led me to believe that this would be interesting.
Moment shall arrive. Every moment has its day.
I suppose you think you're clever.
So it is as you see it, Your Majesty.
Pour me some tea.
Oh, immediately, Your Majesty.
Observez-vous.
Dazzle me.
Girls, I want you to look at each other. I mean it, you must look at one another. No, really look at each other. Don't be shy. Now, tell me what you see. You start.
She's rather petulant. No more petulant than you are self-righteous.
Can you see no more than that?
Bold, maybe. Not petulant, as it were. Bold isn't a bad thing, really. I mean, she's rather eager, I would say.
Well done. Now you have another go at it.
She is pretty, actually. Flattery. Shameless.
Try to just listen, dearie.
But I must say, surprisingly timid for such a pretty girl. Is that, are you timid?
Not sure I'd use the word timid.
No one asked you anything.
What did I ever do to you?
I don't know, you disturb me.
Peculiar, since I'm as timid as a mouse.
I didn't think so.
It is me who is timid.
Now that's a good reflection.
Cautious? Careful? Ha! I am for spelling bee and came in second. That was very brave of me. Daddy said so.
Oh, Daddy said so, so it must be true.
Are you implying something?
Let's not bring Daddy into this. I mean, I'm assuming we're talking about the man we each call Father. Over here in Wonderglass, we'd be talking about the same person. Am I right?
Good God, is that so?
Okay, Cata.
Delighted, Majesty.
Before I die.
Yes, your Majesty. There you are, as sweet and as rich as you could want. She's quite bright, that little one.
Well, I can tell you this. I certainly am not interested in anything either one of you has to say on the subject of death. Father.
That's what I mean. She's afraid of the truth.
They're actually taking stock of one another.
I don't feel dazzled.
Oh, this is exhausting. I'll never go near another looking glass as long as I live.
Oh, no use blaming the looking glass.
You mesmerize yourself.
Oh, I dare say.
Please, what do you mean?
I don't think I want to hear.
In your world, looking into the glass, you choose what you see.
I certainly did not choose this.
Oh, this isn't your world, is it? New rules. We're inside the looking glass
You
now.
wear your image like the costume of a character in a play, so you'll recognize yourself. You mortals need that, I hear. It anchors you, they say.
You surrender all your freedom to that image of yourself, and it's tragic.
Oh, you won't do her any good crying with her like a baby.
I do believe your whole purpose here is to confuse what otherwise might be a logical conversation.
If you want to understand things as a queen understands them, you must stop looking for logic.
In that case, I have very little use for queenish ways.
Oh, you forget. You earned yourself a crown when you last visited the looking glass world. You haven't done much with it.
I do wish I could tell whose side you're on.
May I please?
What?
Continue.
Can anyone stop you?
Don't. What if the image I have allows me more freedom than I would have without it?
Freedom to do what?
To be myself. Do things I want to do.
Who's stopping you?
Why should that image give you more freedom to be yourself than you already have?
Why must you make this so complicated? Never mind.
Are you not mortal?
It's not so complicated if you'll just think about it.
What was the question?
Who or what is stopping you from having the freedom you say you want?
I don't know exactly. It's everything. Everyone around me, but no. It's more a feeling, really, than it is a who or a what.
A feeling, that's something.
Fear.
This is not about you.
I'm just saying that you might be afraid.
No, I'm not.
It's not a crime.
You are in no position to judge me.
I'm not judging you. It's fear. The feeling that stops you is fear. I'm well acquainted with it.
All right, it's fine. Perhaps I am afraid. Odd to say it out loud. It very well could be fear I'm feeling. I just can't quite give myself permission.
Permission?
Permission for what? Perhaps I can give you permission if we know what it's all about.
I don't think you could give me permission for this.
Not even a queen, eh? What could it be?
To step away.
From what?
Myself. To risk being someone utterly new.
Aha, exactly. I knew it. Just pretty as you please out in the world, pretending to be something you haven't a thimbleful of understanding about.
Why should this matter to you?
Where have you been? Have you heard none of this?
Please, let's not.
Oh no, let's. Now that we can see clearly.
I
what
think
you're
it's
Excuse
saying.
me, Ashley, this is my conversation.
How in the name of sanity can you even think of creating another cell? We can't even handle the three we've got.
Three. So it's you. I thought it was her. You're the one.
But what? What, for pity's sake?
Doesn't want to grow, can't move on, striking terror in my heart with
Oh, a little terror goes a long way.
this unreasonable fear that stops me.
You're the one who's dangerous. You scare the pants off of me.
Oh dear heaven!
What a picture!
I amend my statement. It is you and her I wish to step away from, not myself. You stop me at every pass.
Just that you must say completely clueless.
Enlighten me. Look at you, afraid of your own shadow.
This is not how we were
Oh,
raised.
it's me now, is it?
To attack and to ridicule like a pair of mongrels.
And what would you call that? A loving caress?
Not me at all then.
This is bad form by anyone's
And
standards.
standards. We have standards, aren't we something?
Your behavior is bordering on comic.
Oh, Simony! If you had it your way, we'd be at home, pretending nothing need ever change, and we'd be Daddy's little girl forever.
Not so.
Don't deny it. You're just a child who wants nothing for herself, except for Daddy tells her she should want.
That's a bit hard.
You know it's true.
The world is a bit more complex than I think you realise.
You're going to tell me.
All Daddy wants is for me to be happy.
All Daddy wants is for him to be happy. He wants you to reassure him that you're happy. He doesn't really care that you're actually unhappy.
That is an amazing statement. How do you come to that?
Because he never actually notices when we are unhappy, does he?
You're being cruel. When did this become we? I'm talking about me.
He's terrified you might need something he can't provide.
My stars, do you think that's it?
You've no right to say such
It's
things.
not to me, here. Besides, who are you if you're not to me?
I think there might be a straight shot.
Daddy! Daddy's a prig!
Oh, just stop it now. I won't listen, I won't.
There! I said it. I finally said it and it's true. Daddy's a stuffed shirt.
Can't you make them stop?
I wouldn't stop this for the world.
Please, make them behave.
I wouldn't dream of it. Having a taste of your own medicine, are you? How do you like it?
I do not misbehave this way, and I deeply resent you implying that I do.
You forget. We've been together in Wonderland.
Pish-posh. I only spoke up when the moment required it.
Says you.
There are proper ways to behave. You incite chaos.
There.
It's really happening now, don't you think?
No, hold that.
I shall.
I am a proper girl. I know what's right and wrong.
Anyone who doesn't best not come round.
What are you suggesting?
You make me sick, you conniving little prick. Pretending to be so ignorant and so well-mannered, I give you this. You and Mum and Daddy have each other fully bamboozled.
Bamboozled over what?
Does anyone need to go no further than Mummy and Daddy's parlour to know the world? But it's only the tiniest of words that you seem to care
It's a
about.
very nice world.
As long as no one produces a dark thought.
Well, I'm no fan of dark thoughts myself. You're an unnerving sort.
God forbid anyone should express a debt. Daddy's got it all laid out in his head. He knows how the world works, but more importantly, he knows our place in it. He knows where everyone belongs, and Mummy allows it. The two of you have your own hard and fast ideas, which, as far as I'm concerned, are based in very little fact.
You mean Daddy out to be some sort of tyrant? Don't believe a word she's saying. She's mad. They both are. It's an awful aberration of nature, I should think.
It isn't so black and white. How can you pretend to live without doubts and questions?
I have questions. I'm curious. Daddy says I have a healthy curiosity.
Daddy says. Who cares what Daddy says?
Ever had a dark thought?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, come on, yes you do.
You mean like a bad dream?
No, she means like a bad thought. Something mean and evil and dangerous.
No.
Go on.
I wanted to punish Kitty sometimes for unraveling my wool. But then I realized I love her so, I couldn't possibly ever hurt her.
Because you wanted to.
I didn't say that, don't twist my words.
You wanted to hurt Kitty.
You wanted to throw her out in the snow.
I never!
Oh, but you did, believe you me.
I think we might be headed for a grand slam.
Time for tea. I'm parched.
Oh, more tea, anyone?
Caring is a royal burden that few on the outside understand. It is not for the faint of heart.
I'm sure that's true, Your Majesty.
Well, there you are. A fresh cup of tea would settle everything.
How could you possibly have known about that? About Kitty? And you? How?
This is beginning to make sense. Oh, my stars!
Oh, that is so like you, to gloom the evil that's in me.
So like me. A moment ago you flatly denied me.
I know! It doesn't make any sense, does it? But you seem to know what's going on inside me. And I seem to know that you've known all along.
Tara-boom-die!
What on earth?
Tara-boom-die! Oh, I see that's been a breakthrough.
Feels more like a breakdown.
I shouldn't think you know what a breakdown is.
I don't. I didn't. I do now.
You've always been rather fond of scolding me.
Scolding you? I never even knew you existed.
Oh, yes, you did. You two forever arch each other like warlords over some tiny, inconsequential name.
Supposing you're right, what has that to do with you?
I'm collateral damage.
Collateral damage? What sort of phrase is that?
A brilliant one, I might say.
Never heard of it.
Basic calls it really hard.
Why must you put things in such dire terms?
Into the star cloud, that one.
All the time as you two battle on unaware, I get left with the awful feelings.
Oh, this is my kind of story.
What sort of awful feelings?
I became desperate to know what Father would do if he tried throwing Kitty out in a snare. That would put some lumps in the porridge. I could barely suppress the compulsion to find out.
That was
Me, Sissy, I'm every sort of feeling you've ever resisted. Every time one of you denied the other, there I was, left holding the bar.
Oh, that's unattractive.
Don't I know? I'm your worst nightmare. In fact, I'm all your nightmares. Where do you think they go? Do you think they just cease existing? Those feelings go somewhere. All the things you pretend not to notice.
such as...
You and she wanting to annihilate each other. Let's start with that. And Mum. How about Mum? Trapped like a hermit crab inside Donnie's beautiful world. I see tension in her smile. She knows the world isn't all as Donnie sees it. Vastly different in her view, I suspect. But for some reason, she never ever expresses her point of view.
She most certainly
Not
does.
directly. Never
Well,
directly.
that's just her way.
She's become obsequious. I won't. I tell you that I won't become her.
What a horrible thing to say!
Now that's the word for the record books.
No matter what she knows appears to be true, Donnie must be considered first.
She's dedicated her life to making sure he never realizes how dark and fearful his ideas really
May
are.
I remind you that he has created a perfectly wonderful home and life for us.
Patsy, I can feel his hand clenched in his lap at the table. I see the fleeting clouds of worry darken his eyes. But can I ever once ask him what makes him fret? No, nothing my precious girls to worry about. But I do worry. All the time, and there's nothing to be done for it.
You mustn't try to take on his worries. They are his. You shouldn't try to think like a man. It won't work for a woman.
I'm not a woman, I'm a girl. Oh, honestly, you're all the same. I only want to see the world the way it serves you best.
But those are grown-up worries, not for children's minds.
Oh, it's so confusing. If it's not for a child's mind, then why am I aware of it?
Because children don't last forever. They turn into grown-ups. Haven't you two noticed? Don't you ever look forward into the future? There's a world I'm going to run smack into one day. And I want to know what it's all
I
about.
just wanted to know if that's true for me.
Oh, I'm at a loss. I cannot process such thoughts as these.
Humbling, isn't it?
Do be kind, I've lost my bearings.
What's to become of us when we return home?
Home? Well, now that's getting ahead of oneself.
I'm just concerned is all. Is there something you're not telling us?
No, it's just the very thought of you going, my dear.
Perhaps you should not pester Sir Hatter. He's clearly not well.
You are of so little help, it's stunning.
I just don't think she should, a sick man like him.
Ooh, what sort of meaningless, disingenuous, hypocritical, insincere, dishonest deviousness are you up to?
Perhaps you misunderstand me.
Oh, I understand it perfectly.
I don't think you see where this might lead.
She's impertinent.
Cruel, that one.
Dogged, though, I'll give her that.
Maybe she's engaged. Tell me, is it not true that the sole motivating impulse of your recalcitrance is to be refractory, as it were, to maintain what? The status quo?
What?
Francis got himself a full house.
Confess it. What is it you are trying to protect? What is it you are trying to protect? What value? What is it?
I think that...
What is it you are trying to protect at the expense of all else?
I think you're overreacting!
She's going to have to fold. I see it coming.
Oh, confess it! Confess it! I can't haggle. I can't you see? Won't you see? Oh, you're staying ignorant of purpose, and I can't get the word.
Help!
He had a royal straight flush.
Stand back, please.
Oh, she's bluffing. Go fall for it.
Step away from us this moment. I must insist.
I'll see her and raise her. How dare you! A crime against my subject is a crime against me. Prepare to...
Go ahead. Kill me. It's what you've intended from the start. I'm prepared to die. Kill me.
Oh, dear God!
Oh, you tempt me to things unimaginable.
Kill me.
Hush! You don't know dinners. Prepare to defend your action. Die? What's the matter with you?
My what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, but the
Heads. Yes, I know. I'm a good bluffer.
No! Please! Say no more! We have been rash! I'm truly full of shame, Your Highness!
That is your problem, isn't it?
sorry. You weren't about to behead me?
I was curious to know what you thought you were doing just then.
Must you goad us so?
Frankly, yes. We could be here forever.
Are you creatures always so difficult?
Difficult is as difficult does.
Did she say creatures?
Let me tell you something. The longer I'm here, the less I think of you. Are you so intellectually devoid, this makes you feel good, behaving so superiorly?
The same, I suppose, as you feel when you do it.
Voting because you know something we don't. I expect better from my elders. Is this any way to treat visitors who are unfamiliar with your ways? Let me tell you something. A 12-year-old at home is kinder than you. And believe me, 12-year-olds at home are not very kind. Not very kind at all.
Now that's showing some pluck. You two have more in common than I think you realize.
There you go! Telling her something she doesn't know. How do you know what she knows? Why, for heaven's sakes, do you think you know better?
I'll tell you why. Because the answer is so close you can't see it. I believe I've one-upped her.
You can see something I can't. You're some sort of magical creature, then.
Creature? In that we have been created, I'll give you that. Very well, we are creatures, one and all. Who then is my creator? Am I not an element of creation the same as you?
I fear this is a trick question.
If I am a creature, created as you, am I not a sacred being the same as you?
I should think not. I've never been in such an unholy place.
I didn't say holy, I said sacred. And is there any inch on earth less sacred than another?
Earth. I don't even know where we are exactly, but I dare say this place is, well, it's most unearthly.
Not like earth, you say. Then if I were to strike you, you wouldn't feel it?
I didn't say that.
Did you really not see where this was heading?
Then this is not some dream-like experience in which there are no consequences?
Not my dream, I assure you.
Of course not, because you're not dreaming. You're in the looking glass, dear, the looking glass. What does that mean to you?
All it means to me is something I don't like.
And what does one see in a looking glass?
Reflections.
I would say we took that hand.
Oh, handily.
You're a reflection of myself.
Tremendously.
I deeply prefer imagining a wholly different sort of world inside the looking glass.
Don't get too close. It might be a trick.
Hello. All of you?
Self. The Queen is deeply involved in self.
Yes, I see the same.
Self? Oneself? Whose exactly oneself are we discussing?
Alice's.
But we are more than one. How do you account for that?
I'm over my head, I think.
Finally, fantastic.
In the looking glass, there is only reflection.
But we are so many.
Put it together. It's the hand you've been dealt.
And a good hand it is.
We are reflections of Alice, the same as you.
Bright child! Reflections of Alice, yes. Like us? No.
But you said, where exactly is Alice?
Well, she's all over the place.
Alice, me? I'm in more than one place.
Look around you. Here, there, where you are, there, at home, gazing into the looking glass.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I am looking into the glass and seeing you, two men, and all of us? I mean, the Queen I could understand.
You continue.
All due respect, Majesty.
Do continue.
I did say I'm Alice.
Got deceived of myself, too, recently.
Oh, how lush! I feel somehow validated, yet liberated simultaneously.
You are one way Alice thinks of herself, so you rightly call yourself Alice. You are another way Alice thinks of herself, and you another.
Well, that explains a hell of a lot. But you, I don't get.
Don't curse, dear. It makes your teeth rot.
You are a man. I'm seeing myself as a man.
Not a literal man, male aspects as it were. As reflections, we are in one way the same. The three of you, and the three of us, all aspects, not easy to see in the light of day. You are what is personal in Alice. We are what you might call universal.
We are mortal. You're not. But you're also not immortal, as the gods might be.
Oh, gracious, no. Just a queen and king, humble servants to our flock.
Utterly fantastic. Could you tell me, Mr. Hamster, what part are you, universally speaking?
The part that is always there, but never considered.
Collateral damage isn't always to be this way.
Well, one hopes that a healing will occur that will make being worth the effort. Oh.
So, now we know each other. The implication being we are to accept one another.
As collaborators, you might say.
I have to listen to them.
I think you might want to.
Who then is the primary authority?
But that depends on what you're needing at the time.
It's not set.
No, it's more of a moment-to-moment thing. Strictly speaking, Alice is the personal one, being the sum of her parts.
Hold on. You're speaking of this Alice as if she's not present.
Oh, she's here and there.
Why, Alice could no more be herself without you three than she could be a jungle bird.
This isn't the thing that gets us home, then.
Not just now, no.
Oh, look, it's tea time! Hey!
I think we've all earned ourselves a nice cuppa.
Yes, tea, a proper afternoon of air.
Now? We're going to have tea now.
But of course. You know so little of the affairs of state.
What state would that be, Majesty?
The state of my repose. Oh, night enough, girls, for pity's sake. How to serve us up?
Immediately, Your Majesty.
I require a good story to go with my cake, you know? That too was a little known protocol state.
But are we not to find out how we are to get home?
Home. I shall expect to feel a bit one-off when that blessed moment comes.
A new day in Daddy's little feet.
I can't wait to have a girl just like us, Alice. We must decide to draw her out, ask more questions.
Is this the collaboration part?
Oh, I don't know how I'll ever look at Daddy the same.
It can't ever be the same. That's the whole point. They hope and pray.
I don't know how I'll begin.
Oh, don't fret, you'll make sense of it.
This is all very well and good to consider, girls. However, there's the matter of an unfinished story. I do hope you won't disappoint me.
Mom?
The realms of light. I'm fascinated.
Is that relevant to why we're here?
It reflects certain levels, you might say.
Do you continue?
Really?
Pick up right where you left off.
And my heart is in my throat.
I thought she was just...
To hear this?
Yes, 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 we love a good story.
And you say this has a purpose?
I'm looking forward to this.
All right then. Some might think this is impossible. What I'm about to tell you. I'm not used to having this much attention. Some might think this is impossible. What I'm about to tell you. So I would say then, to simply allow your imagination to come alive, as I recount the story of vast fantabulation.
The girl has a way with words.
Oh, indeed, I dare say.
One might think that the earth is as solid as a rock, and that her creatures consist only of weighted mass. One would be wrong in that account. I imagine, if one gazed within the earth from the vantage of the seventh realm, one might see, within the earth itself, dimensions vast as space, whether the atoms the size of elephants, to move as fast as lightning, and with the grace of whales, and all their movement makes for the purpose of the earth to come to life.
Oh, you are a marvelous storyteller. I knew it.
I'll say, one might think that humans are just as they appear to be, flesh and bones, but no. Within each human, imagine such a place as is contained by earth, an inner realm that cannot be measured in solid ways. The nearest I can describe it is that within this aspect of humans, there be an energy so fine that it is best compared to the qualities of light.
Oh, brilliant!
Brilliant, yes, in more ways than one. Brilliant in its radiance and brilliant in its intelligence.
It is intelligent, this lightness?
Goodness, yes.
This makes sense to you then?
Oh, perfect sense.
Oh my. Well then, this energy that I feel in my dreams seems to be the intelligence of creation itself. Do you already know this?
Not as you know it, no.
Hard to tell, you know, if I dreamt this or imagined it.
Oh, do try, dear, please.
This intelligence is both the substance and form of our very existence. Dear me, I'm surprised it is, and I know this. Difficult to separate form from substance. It would be like asking a mirror to look at itself.
That would be difficult.
Fantastic.
You must forgive me. These are very dreamy understandings. I interpret their meaning the best I can.
You're doing marvelously well. No need to apologize.
What about the realms of light you spoke of?
These are the realms of light that I am describing. They are ordered in levels. Yes, levels, I think.
Do say levels. That would explain something, don't you think?
Hold that thought.
It seems to, yes, so that we might make sense of our lives and live well as creatures of the earth, while being actually made of light.
Like images in a mirror, made only of light?
Such delights as only a child could conjure.
Please, are you speaking of persons or of light?
It's all the same. These are the realms of light, and we are among them.
Each level taking its own form.
Subtle, refined qualities of radiance, from the densest, most magnificent plants and animals, to the lightness of light itself.
Is it possible that she could have smoked opium without us knowing it?
Oh, hush. That's a perfectly beautiful story. I love the thought of it.
Yes, I wish I had such dreams.
But it may be she's having these dreams on our behalf.
What a curious thought.
At this point, I'd say anything is possible, wouldn't you?
I would indeed.
Tell us about the returning part. I'm most intrigued.
Well, let's see. How am I to describe this?
Do try, dear.
This is so exhilarating. You don't find me tedious.
You are doing wonderfully well. I've never had such a delightful afternoon.
Where was I?
The sensation of returning.
Growing accustomed, as we do, to being human, we live for a while quite satisfied. Except for those of us who can never seem to find a sense of belonging.
Well, every individual seems to find his or her own nature.
Yes, and we orient to our own particular existence, often forgetting about the rest. You make this quite easy to tell, Majesty.
I'm merely a reflection.
Merely. Nothing mere about this.
Yeah.
Majesty, presence within us calls us to know our whole self.
The great, undifferential unity of creation.
An occasional glimpse helps put things into perspective, it seems. We experienced it as returning. I didn't really know that I dreamt all this. I'm glad I have. It really is quite marvellous, don't you think?